Hello everyone, my name is Vivek Sharma. I am a precision water management specialist in the Agriculture and Biological Engineering department at University of Florida. The best management irrigation practices involve the selection and maintenance of appropriate irrigation system for your crop. This include adjusting the irrigation method, irrigation scheduling, irrigation amounts to maximize irrigation application and crop water use efficiency based upon monitoring of various parameters like soil and plant characteristics or weather parameters. At the same time, to reduce the contamination of water resources. So the main goal is to maintain both water and fertilizer in the crop root zone. Both irrigation management and fertilizer management are linked, and always go hand on hand. Many times I've been asked if there is a difference between the traditional and best management irrigation scheduling methods. My short answer is yes, definitely. Traditional methods includes like feeling the soil by hand or visually seeing the condition of the crop, personal calendar schedule, or just following the neighbor irrigation schedule. All these practices involve some degree of experience, at the same time include guesswork. In general, my suggestion is to avoid these practices and adopt best management irrigation practices, including the use of soil moisture sensor or use the evapotranspiration based irrigation scheduling that account for plant soil characteristics and weather parameters. The soil moisture based irrigation scheduling includes the installation of soil moisture sensors in the crop root zone to monitor the change in the soil moisture status. There are many types of soil moisture sensors available in the market, which vary in their working principle, methods, and application or installation procedure. However, most of the commercially available soil moisture sensors are effective for irrigation scheduling. The evapotranspiration-based irrigation scheduling method, also known as the water balance approach or checkbook method, this method accounts for all the inputs and withdrawal of water from the soil, including precipitation, crop water use, irrigation applied, runoff, deep drainage, etc., to estimate the change in the soil water status in the crop root zone. This requires definitely, the knowledge of crop characteristics, soil characteristics, as well as weather parameters for appropriate calculation of the crop water use. I strongly suggest using the best management irrigation, methods, including the use of soil moisture sensors or the checkbook method. Producers generally, choose these scheduling methods which suits best for their need and the management capabilities. There are a lot of efforts going on to increase the adoption of these best management practices in the state of Florida. For example, in Florida, we started Florida Agriculture Soil Moisture Sensor Network. The main idea of this network is to lend the soil moisture sensor to interested producers and educate these producers as well as extension agents to increase the adoption of best management irrigation practices in the state of Florida, which can maximize, with the aim to maximize the crop water use efficiency and nutrient use efficiency, but at the same time reduce the contamination of water resources in the state of Florida. Another question that generally, I hear is, are the different irrigation practices suited for different type of crops? As I stated before, Florida is a home to many specialty and field crops which are dependent on irrigation, including field crops such as cotton or corn, peanut, and specialty crops such as strawberries, cucumber, tomatoes, watermelons, tree crops such as citrus, blueberries, etc. All these crops are managed differently and require different irrigation practices. For example, field crops such as corn and peanut mostly managed using the overhead sprinkler irrigation systems, such as center pivot irrigation system or lateral move irrigation system. Installing a soil moisture sensor or using the checkbook method is very effective in these cases. Other crops such as potatoes or cabbages, which are grown under seepage irrigation in the state of Florida, require the constant monitoring of water table. We can easily monitor using either a soil moisture sensor or a monitoring well, or using a simple floating device. Specialty crops such as strawberries, tomatoes, and watermelons, generally grown over a raised bed with plastic mulch and irrigated using the drip irrigation systems. These crops require the use of proper irrigation system design based upon the field topography, require the proper selection of drip tapes or micro irrigation systems based upon the crop water use in a specific growth stage of the crop. Another aspect of irrigation management in the state of Florida, especially for the specialty crops, is the use of irrigation for frost protection. This is very critical, especially in the winter months for crops such as strawberries and citrus. Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Science also have developed BMP manuals for different commodities for the state of Florida. These manuals contain best management practices, including irrigation management practices for different crops. I strongly recommend the use of these manuals for the adoption of best management irrigation practices in the state of Florida. Many times I've been asked, are there key barriers on implementing different irrigation practices, and how can farmer overcome that? Uh, it is important to note that the best management practices are there. It comes with benefits, but at the same time cost as well. For example, the control of water application can be achieved through irrigation system, can create higher yield, allow production of higher value crops, and potentially reduce some cost, production cost. But at the same time, there is additional cost involved in that in terms of installing and maintaining these systems. That can present a barrier in the adoption of best management practices. I believe lack of technical fluency in using the irrigation technology also poses some challenge. I believe one of the important factors in Florida that play a major role in increasing the adoption of best management irrigation practices is the introduction of cost share programs. The main aim of cost share programs is to help the agriculture operation needing assistance with cost share. Florida Agriculture Soil Moisture Sensor Network. We have a STEP program, the Florida Stakeholder Engagement Program, which allow users or producers to use these best management practices in a risk-free environment in a competition-based approach. So there are many efforts are going on in increasing the adoption of best management practices in the state of Florida.
Thank you for watching. Please take 2 minutes and complete our survey. This helps us make more informative and engaging videos. You can access the survey through the QR code or by using the link in the description below.